Yeah, that's kind of the whole point of this episode. Hi, this is Professor CC19, and welcome to a different episode of Let's Play Candy Crush. For episode 4, just like episode 2, it is just me, and that means this episode is going to be a bit shorter. Now, as I begin, there's a few things I want to ask you, the viewer. There's going to be a few polls popping up in the top right-hand corner of your screen, and some of them are going to correspond to some of the links in the description. I will be sure to label them. Number 1, link in the description will be to the previous episodes of this series. In episode 3, Angel and I had a bit of a discussion about Pokemon Go. So the first poll up in the top right-hand corner is, do you think I should explore and maybe record playing Pokemon Go? Okay, that's number 1. Number 2 is, do you think I should record or investigate and then record information regarding King, the company that produces Candy Crush, in regards to how they change some of the features? There has been talk of another feature changing sometime in the near future to kind of be in exchange for another new feature in the game. I don't know, but if you want me to, I will do some investigation into any information I can find about King and the community online and maybe make a video regarding that. And there's a third one, and I don't remember it right now. So we're just going to jump into level 51 in the not Chocolate Mountains, Minty Meadow, version 1, and we're going to talk a bit about chocolate. That's kind of why I confused it. We do have a brand new feature, actually 2 to talk about. This is level 51. We're introduced to chocolate. It's the brown chocolate. Yeah, brown material, says Candy Crush. It is covering squares on the board. It can cover jelly. And the dangerous thing about it is if you don't take it out on a turn, destroy one by making a match next to it or hitting it with a special, it will grow. It will take over another square on the board. It's no longer going to be a candy or a special. It'll be another chocolate. And it'll just keep doing that until you remove it completely from the board. So we're going to try and take it out as quickly as possible. The other new feature is the Sugar Stars, which I talked about a few months ago when they first came out. If we hit the 3-star score on any level past level 50, and then we double it, we achieve double the 3-star threshold, we will be given decorative crystal blue stars, the Sugar Stars, to be on our map. And every once in a while, King throws out a mini game where we can earn rewards by collecting Sugar Stars. You can earn them on old levels, you go back and replay them, or on new levels. They don't give you, other than in those occasional minigames, any physical reward. They're just kind of a cool addition to the game. So I'm going to just do my best to take out the chocolate quickly and beat this level, hopefully equally as quickly. Once the chocolate's gone, it usually makes it a lot easier. And as you can see, it's kind of a tutorial level. I am loaded with boosters, all the levels of the Build-A-Bot, so these levels are coming nice and easy. And in the meantime, I'm going to think about what that other poll was. So you will hear just a moment of silence. The first 2, what was the first 2? It was, do you want me to start exploring and maybe recording Pokemon Go? And do you want me to see what I can find out about King? I'm going to think about what the third one was, what my intentions were. As you can see, we did get Sugar Stars as well. Oh, this is so awkward. I'm honestly struggling to come up with the third one. I really am. I feel like it had something to do with another link I was going to share. What would that link have been? I'm trying to remember. Had to do with another video. Let's do something big, color bomb wrap, candy combo. This video in and of itself is going to be short, so I don't want to kill too much time just in silence thinking. Let's move on to a little bit of jalapeno politics, shall we? The title of this video is going to be Super-ish Wednesday, because I'm recording this very late at night on Super Tuesday. There's less than an hour and a half left in this day. And I'm recording it. It's released the next day, so we'll be past all the, well, we don't know, but past the voting, but who knows when it comes to finding out the results. But things are changing. I don't know all the results right now. I'm hearing things are changing in regards to the primaries. Preferably, well, for me and Angel, actually, a Trump-Bernie matchup in November would be interesting. I definitely think it would be more exciting and stimulating than a Trump-Biden matchup. Unfortunately, it's looking somewhat more likely that that will happen. However, still a lot of time left until the convention. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen. Just my preference at this point would be to see Trump and Bernie as the general election. A lot of things happened since the third episode. We saw dropouts from Steyer and Klobuchar and Buttigieg. Kind of sad about that last one. But yeah, the race has just not felt the same since. It's like we're used to having so many people in there, and now there's just 4 people all in their 70s. And that's just kind of, I don't know, old and stale. I'm sorry. Technically 5 people in their 70s because President Trump is too. So not everything is stale. There's a few things that are exciting. That's why I would think a Trump-Sanders matchup would be very exciting / stimulating. And hopefully that's what'll happen. The two that I would say are the most deserving, one because of position and other probably because of hard work. I think that's kind of the whole point anyway. What else is there when it comes to jalapeno? One thing I noticed is for a person who's interested in the government and likes to explore and find out information about it, you can recognize that there's a lot to be frustrated about the government. Not just individual people, but just the whole system. There's a lot to be frustrated with. Another interesting question is, why does it take the Supreme Court an entire year to decide a case? I get that a case is important, but honestly, that is a long time. And in this process, we have already beaten 4 levels. Now, I only intend to do 10 levels in this video. Like I said, I want it to be a bit shorter, and that's the extent of how short this is really going to be. I don't really think there's anything else that I need to talk about in the means of tutorials. As you can see, my chocolate box on top. I already finished the 3rd challenge, and I can't collect any more today. I have to wait a few more hours. Level 55, this is interesting. You can't bring in any boosters, and any mini games are not available. So all those boosters that we've had in the other levels, they just don't appear here. We need to collect 4 hazelnuts and 1 cherry. This might be one to focus a little bit more on, at least when it comes to opening up the board. We have a smooth road once that happens. And we have some helpers also. I think this is also the first time we might be seeing meringue frosting and licorice combined. That can be a little bit frustrating. We also have licorice covering our ingredients, and that is also new. Previously introduced way later in the game, so one of the changes that I'm not prone to like, introducing these features a lot earlier. Let's see here. When I get down towards the bottom of the board, take out more of this meringue. And now I want to take out all green. Or I can do a double color bomb combo. Now that's something that's really spectacular. It's going to collect 3 of the 4 ingredients. Was it 3? Yeah, 3 of the 4 remaining. Actually, it's going to collect all 4 in the chaos. All right, so that's pretty good. 55 is now done. 1 more sugar drop to collect. Man, it's going to kill me thinking about that one poll that I forgot. It just is. What was I thinking about before I came on here? I was talking jalapeno politics, talking about Pokemon Go, And I hear someone laughing in the background. Yeah, the poll will probably wind up in the next video, the episode number 5, which should be 20 levels to make up for this one being short. The next one should be longer. Angel will indeed be back for that one. And I'm thinking about skipping this because this is actually kind of going on for a while. Good, I don't need to. And we got even more sugar stars, so that is nice. I'm going to skip past this screen as much as I can. Here we go. It's going to be nice to have those minigame boosters back. This level used to be 5 colors, a lot harder, by the way. This one now has 4 colors and a lot of interesting stuff on the bottom. I would like to do Color Bomb Wrapped. However, I do want to open this up first. And I think that's it. That's all I want to do. I'm going to go Color Bomb Wrap now. That should open up and clear out pretty much everything. And look how much that did for us. Cleared out all our chocolate except that one, which we took out immediately afterwards. And we got this level done in like 4 or 5 moves. That's pretty impressive. That's the beauty of those minigame boosters. So I'm going to think what else to talk about. Let's see here. What is today? It is March now. And a few things in the works. The poem that I mentioned for Professor's Poetry regarding Jeopardy James will be released at the beginning of April to commemorate 1 year since he began his run on Jeopardy. That's when you can expect the 3rd installment, or the next installment, of Professor's Poetry. Had to make a few changes because a record actually was tied in Jeopardy in the past couple days, and that's what caused me to change a part of the poem. But other than that, the poem has stayed the same, and I want to release it on a date that is, I would say, well, I already used the adjective commemorative, so I would say important? I don't know. Anniversarial? Is that even a word? Anniversarial. I feel like it could be. Because the English language is kind of weird. What else is coming up? I'm not sure when Easter is this year. I actually did research about Easter recently. Found out how it's dated. Based on the research I did, the date of Easter is always the Sunday after the first full moon of spring. And by that I mean after the vernal equinox, I believe it is called. The March 21st or 22nd, something like that. That is when the Earth is crossing the equator going back to the Northern Hemisphere. And that means for us in the Northern Hemisphere, it is good news. It's going to be warm. It's going to be spring again. For those of you living maybe in Australia, it's bad news because it's, well, actually, no, maybe not. Maybe that's not the best example. But in our minds, for people who live a little bit farther north, it is bad news because it means the green is going away, the sunshine is going away, and we get cold weather. And we get snow. Snow is not awful, but it can be at times. This winter for us has actually been wonderful because it has been one of the mildest winters I have ever seen. We've had virtually no major snowfalls this year in New England, and I think that's pretty impressive, especially since we've gotten a lot of major snowstorms at random times throughout the past few years. We've had one in March in 2017. We had one on Halloween several years ago. Just the weirdest of times, not the expected January or February. But now that we're into March, things are starting to get nicer. Temperatures going up. The robins are back. The geese are back. It's just the signs of spring, the signs of the colors coming, and I love it. And now even though my favorite color isn't green, you have to appreciate when the green starts coming on the trees, things start blooming. There'll be flowers blooming, tulips that bloom in our yard. I'm just thinking so positively right now. We have 2 more levels to get through. This one is a cinch because we have more than enough moves to reach a fairly low target of 15,000 points, but we have to spend all our remaining moves to get past this level. By the way, in my mind, I'm still thinking about what that last poll was. However, I need to tell myself to stop because people are not really likely to be voting at this point in the video. So I will save that poll for the beginning of the next video. Episode 5, we're going to cover the last 5 levels in Minty Meadow. And we'll go through Easter Bunny Hills, appropriately, probably a lot closer to Easter. Fun fact, when I first was playing Candy Crush the first time through the game, I actually played the episode Easter Bunny Hills on Easter Sunday. I know, it sounds unbelievably ironic, but also kind of cool, and it's absolutely true. I was playing level 66 in the morning. I think I was on level 70 by the evening, back when it was very difficult with 6 colors. Yeah, I'm thinking back a long way, because a lot of things have changed since then, but yeah, that's the thing I probably remember most about the early stages of the game. I have some not as pleasant memories associated with right at the beginning, level 20, but I won't go there. Gonna keep on positive things. Moment of positively. Why can't I say that? Positivity to maybe turn this super-ish Wednesday into a super Wednesday. Hopefully for you, if any of you were looking forward to the next episode of this, I didn't want to keep you waiting too long. Angel is not available for a little while. She should be back next week. We should get, like I said, that longer episode 5 out then. And by then, I hope I will have remembered that final polling question, which will turn Super Wednesday, Super-ish Wednesday, into a date a lot later. There'll just be one poll in the next video. You don't have to think too much. I do, though. Something's wrong with me if I can't remember it by then. Is there anything else I want to say by the end of this? We have 2 more ingredients that are both very close. Are there any other major days coming up? I know we're nearing the halfway point in Marbula 1. For any of you who are watching that, Jelly's Marble Runs, go check it out. At that halfway point, I will be having episode number 4 of the Marble Insider. I'm going to update my predictions and give an analysis of the series so far and how the teams are performing. Marbula 1 is the marble racing equivalent of Formula 1 racing. It is wonderfully creative and surprisingly accurate, so I would recommend you go check that out. Check out the episodes of Marbula 1, of the Marble Insider, which is my series analyzing other marble races on JMR, Jelly's Marble Runs, and see what you think. All right, we are done with 10 levels. Uncharacteristically, we're not done with an episode of the game, but we are done with an episode of Let's Play this game. So who's not here, I will ask that if you like this video, please subscribe. If you like some of the other videos, maybe check in the description so you can see some of the clearly labeled other content. I do a wide variety of things. Somewhat wide. I will say somewhat wide. I'm trying to keep focused somewhat, but I do like to experiment with different things. And if you request, I will explore Pokemon Go. Anyway, if you're stuck on any particular level of Candy Crush and you'd like me to help you with it in a serious video, leave a comment below. I will try and help you. Leave a comment below with your thoughts, telling me what you think of this series or if you see some of the other episodes. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Have a great super-ish, maybe super Wednesday.